The weakening of Venezuela's democratic system has contributed to a critical human rights situation. In Venezuela, exercising free speech carries a very high risk. Political dissent is criminalized. Property is taken by force, and independent media outlets are constantly shut down. With over 21,000 homicides in 2012, 96% of which went unpunished, Venezuela has become the most violent country in South America and one of the most violent in the world. Widespread violence, corruption, and violations of human rights are global problems that touch every corner of the world. But in Latin America, they continue to be overlooked because the situation in other regions is more extreme. But these are not grounds to ignore them. Liz and I are here to ask you to help us envision a different Venezuela, a different Latin America, one where the walls of government oppression are demolished, one where leaders value democracy and human rights above all.
To shift institutionalized policies, we as young leaders have to transition from being a subculture that those in charge talk to being equals that are talked with. We refuse to accept that authoritarianism, corruption, nepotism, and fraud are acceptable forms of governance. We refuse to acknowledge that an organized civil society cannot change Venezuela's history. Every tweet, every petition, every single protest and campaign that we have organized has contributed to stating that we will not stand for freedoms to be shackled by self-serving leaders. Understand that the world's image of Chavez's 21st century socialism is not the country's truth. Venezuela has a vast reserve of oil and wealth, yet there is a shortage of toilet paper and milk. Know that thousands of foreign nationals are given citizenship immediately before elections just to ensure that they vote for the regime. And that broadcast media is forced to play government propaganda 2 hours every day. Did you know that Venezuela is the first country in the history of humankind that has inaugurated a president that is bedridden abroad? And just a few months ago, opposition parliamentarians were beaten while in session. This is the first time that Venezuelans have had the opportunity to tell representatives of the whole world about the reality of the country.
Dear brothers and sisters,
can we count on you to be the change we envision for Venezuela?